Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are continuing our playthrough of Manor Lords, and we are trying to make a perfect little county. Now, we have one very established village and two currently on the build. The Y is just expanding, and that's going to be getting us some more population. We've got a few more burgage plots going down, and a few more being upgraded to allow the second family. That's just on a general expansion. We've got a few buildings here and there for the future waiting to go, a couple of mining pits everywhere, etc. And we are also starting Goldhof, which is going to be a meat and wool county. Not very good for farming, so what did they used to do when land wasn't good for farming? It quite often got given over to animal husbandry, aka sheep, cows, and everything else that you would have on the land. Quite often sheep, especially if the land was rugged, because sheep are much better with hills and mountains, etc. Although there's not many hills and mountains here, there's also not cows, so I've just kind of compromised on both regards. Goldhof is up and established. We have our 5 burgage plots, one which can be expanded, but we don't actually have any timber. We also need to make sure we keep people in the woodcutting lodge for fuel, although I am very tempted to take one person out of that. In fact, no, I'm going to take someone out of the storehouse because I want someone in the forager's hut, because our berries have just... well, actually, they've been back for a while, really. They've been growing. We're now in May. And we have our first point. And like I said, this is going to be a sheep and meat region. So we will be getting trapping, advanced skinning, and sheep breeding. For now, we're going to go and grab trapping. Our next point, we'll go into sheep breeding. So we will start to grow up a little flock. And after that, we will get advanced skinning. Advanced skinning, that's the one. So basically, we get more meat from both our sheep and our hunting. Now, of course, we don't have anybody on our Hunter's Lodge because we're a bit shy of people. As I said, we're also a bit shy of timber. So unfortunately, we can't really do much about the fact that we're a bit shy of people. We are going to... I want to build a double plot behind the storehouse. Again, that will be a lovely vegetable plot. We do have the money for it. And our hitching post can go and be relocated to here. What else do we have? Well, not really a lot to do, quite frankly. So let's go ahead and fast forward, and I will see you in the blink of an eye, basically. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that quick flash of an eye, we have zoomed forward. Zawai now has all of its beautiful houses up and running, and we are starting to continue the infrastructure for the future iron deposit and the iron trade in the region. Now we are starting to gather some stone, and the reason we are doing this is because we also need our future... Let's snap to road. No, that way, please. Our future clay industry, roof tile industry. We have space here which will eventually be taken up by more houses, I think. I think that's how that's going to go. And so this region is going to be completely specializing in clay and iron, which does take us 2 development points. Now that does leave us with a spare development point, which I think I said I was going to put into beekeeping possibly, or just into the berries to double that up and just make sure our food is nice and secure, because, well, we are going to be quite relying on berries, I think. Although I think with the vegetable gardens we've now got going, apparently not the most lovely straight line in the back, the back gardens there. They got bigger as they went up. Apparently the long plot is not the most efficient, but hey, it works for me, and so it will be just beautiful. And we will eventually have... I don't know if we'll have any more trade posts. We're definitely going to get a lot of pack stations going along here. There you go. Beautiful little bit of money trickling in from our planks. I am going... No, I'm not going to go and put another family in there. We've got 2 families currently spare here. And over here in Goldhof, we are finally established. And we should even start to get some more families moving in. We got space for 3 more. We got an extra burgage plot with is currently empty, unfortunately, so there's no vegetables being planted there. And we got them expanded. We're also currently now building our church. So once that's up and running, the family should start flocking to Goldhof. And that is not a pun, I'm lying, it is, because this is, of course, our sheep region. So, with that in mind, of course, we are going to be knocking off a huge part of this. Now, of course, as you can see, we've got clay here. This is not at all going to be a clay region. I'm just going to remove this deposit because it's kind of in my way a little bit. I don't like it there. And hey, you know, we get some tiles. I'm more than happy with that. We do, of course, have an iron mine down here, which this region will be using. But again, not through the development point. It will be run down to nothing. I'm not quite sure what then the iron will be used for. But we'll figure that out when we get later on. Now, we cannot upgrade because we need stone and we need planks. Now, our stone in this region is a little bit annoying. It's all the way down here. That's okay. What we're going to do is... I actually don't really like it at all. What I think I might try and do is send stone along from somewhere else using good old pack stations. So talking about pack stations, we've got so much stone in this region because it did have a rich deposit. It also had a weak deposit because of the new rules that were introduced into the beta patch with the 6th bonus resource. The one thing we are going to get going through here. Now, if we have a look, it's better to be joined onto this road, I would say. And then we come up here. And I kind of want a road cutting through here. I would say, yes, I definitely want a road cutting through here, which I can go and do. This region and this region are nicely joined already. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of... We're going to have a road that comes out of here. Hills up around here. Boom. There you go. That is my town now joined to this King's Road. This King's Road's fine. And then what we will do... I'm not going to go and build this... Or am I? I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be building things in Wallbrand. So I kind of still want it to look nice and beautiful. Now, I'm not quite sure what this wonderful little squiggle is. But it appears on the world map. Or what we have of a world map. What I'm going to do is... I'm not sure how exactly all that works. See, the King's Road stops here and doesn't go over. It... the river stops here. No, it doesn't. We go up to the King's Road and then we stop. Right. I have a feeling. Is it not going to let me... Oh, yeah, it will do. Interesting. Let's go and build that road in there. And there you go. This region is now connected through whatever this is. I think the road does go through it. Yep, it does. A little bit of marshland or something. I'm not quite sure. But we do now have a bit more connecting roads. And so with that, of course, we're going to need a lot of pack stations. I'm going to go and grab those. Because then we're going to very, very slowly going to need... we don't want livestock trading, trading post. It's in logistics. Oh, that disappeared on me. Pack stations. Is what we want... is I'm going to go and stick 4 pack stations just up there. And I'm also going to then go and kill this road down side here. Very nice. That'll give them a nice bit of a shortcut down to storehouse. Those are going to get built just there. And then if we come up here and double check how things are going and that they haven't exploded. No, they have not. Good, 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 good. As you can see, things are coming along quite nicely. We are slowly trickling in some money. Let's go and order a new horse. That'll be for the trading post. That should help speed things up. And we now have 4 free families. Now, of course, I always want a couple of families around to potentially go back on berries. What do we have in here? Oh, another forester's hut. Did I really go? Oh, yes, of course. A forester's hut. Not a forager's hut. Very different things, ladies and gentlemen. Very different things. And so we've got someone up depleting our stone deposit down to 108. I think we yes, of course we can. Now that famous last words. He can, he will, he won't, he can't find it. We can get, of course, a couple of charcoal kilns. Of course, this good going by there for now. These guys probably gonna basically nestle in here. Connected to the road network. Are you? Oh yes, I built straight across. I want you to replant things based on where you... In fact, yeah, I'm not even going to set a work area. You just keep doing things in a big circle. And that will be that. So we've got most of our industry built up. We just kind of need more people to service it. And we also need a clothing supply to actually be able to get level 2, which is the next thing for Zawai. Now, for this place and clothing, as you can see, we're not getting any wild animals. We're not going to be getting any flax. So that makes me think that we're going to have to rely on wool. And so, as I didn't put any thought actually into that point when I settled this region, if I must be perfectly honest. I mean, we could run across and just attempt to get the wild animals. I don't think that's really going to do us much good. And unfortunately now, with the change to goats, I'm not going to attempt to get goats because that's basically 2 leather every 150 days. That means I don't think you can use goats. Because you'd never actually meet your own burgage plots supply, let alone the rest of the town. So, with that, I am going to... Let's go construction. Go farming. Let's go a pasture. Now, we are going to do a nice central pasture. It's pasture space 37. These are going to be the church's sheep, for lack of anything better to call them. Now, we will want a sheep farm. Yes, that is going to be, of course, right next to the church. And then, of course, we are going to need some livestock traders. Because we're going to need to grab some sheep. And we, of course, are going to be buying sheep all of the way. Fuel, only 2 months. Why is this? You still have people. Let's put another person in the Woodcutter's Lodge just to make sure we don't run out of fuel. And over here in Goldoff, we are on 13 months of just everything. Let's take someone off the Woodcutter's Lodge. And wow, we have people... Oops, no, we don't want another one of you. You do have one person. We can stick someone in the Hunter's Camp. We can stick someone in the Logging Camp, because we are definitely going to need more of that. And we could also do with someone not quite yet in the saw pit. Church is, of course, built. We are getting people in. We have space for 2 more. And so let us start to look at what comes next. Now, with the current numbers in the beta patch, I don't know if they'll be changed before the patch is finished. With the current numbers, you need a flock of 30 to get the most out of the meat side of the industry. We will, of course, be using this for the other thing, wool, as well, because, of course, we need... I was just talking about it in my other region. Because we, of course, do need to clothe our people as well. So what do we got here? Space for 47. But you know what? No, I'm happy with that. So I've got 47 there. And then we need a sheep farm, which I will stick just opposite. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another pasture field. Round. Oh, that didn't quite go well, did it? Want to go about there. Okay, and so that gives us space for about 90. That is more than enough. More than we are ever going to need. Then, of course, on that as well, we don't have any traders yet in this place. So let's first of all get a trading post normally. Now, we are going to go and stick this over here on the left. Is that a gap? That is a gap in that road. Go and finish building that back up. And then, of course, we are also going to want a livestock trader. There you go. We've just built our livestock trading post in Zawai. So, well, we have lots of progress happening. Now, we are going to need more burgage plots in Goldhof as well, but we can ignore that for a second. What I am going to do very quickly, come down here, and our pack station, which has stable space of 2, is order a mule, because I need 8 mules, and you can order about 1 a month. So, over here in Zawai, we have small amounts of money coming in, but that is okay. Vegetables should be up and running soon-ish. I'm going to use the word soon-ish because that's about as good as it gets. And then, of course, yes, this is our pasture space. This is our sheep farm. We are making about, as you can see, 10 gold at a tick. Even though we have lots of planks, we seem to be selling about 5 at a time. And so trade, sheep. I want our sheep numbers simply keep climbing. And I'm just going to let this go on in the background. I don't think I have too much more to spend my money on. In fact, what I am going to do is let's create a small stable. Let's upgrade to a large storehouse. Upgrade to a large granary. Trade. Let's simply, what have I got left? 120. Let's upgrade that to 4 for now. That is in essence what I can afford. And then hopefully by that point we'll also be making a bit more money because I would like to get a second horse. Put the first horse in actually my trading post. He can start to be used. And look at them. Look at them just building a stable around my horse. Let's go and get a second horse. Cool, and so then I should start to get some sheep. And I should start to move along. And then I should be able to get level 2 and the deep mining pits. Not that that's what I'm waiting for. I am simply building things up as they come along. I will get to the mining very, very shortly. But for that as well, we're going to need more people. I mean, 1 in each mining pit at least. 1 in each of these at least. So that's 3, 6, 11. I'm going to want a couple of sheep farmers. So we're probably looking at 12. A charcoal kilner. But we're actually going to take him off the woodcutter's lodge. And we can start to turn that into charcoal. And so, and then of course we are going to want spare people always to be putting in our forager's hut. So we want a good 12 more people. Now, for this. Now, of course, We could, in terms of points, always just go and get orchardry and get some more apples again. I mean, why not? Like I said, I think I did want to go beekeeping. I have to remember that I want to go beekeeping, so I don't spend it on something else, quite frankly. And so, let's go and get ourselves some more burgage plots. Now, we're not going to go for these long, beautiful ones that do get us our vegetables. Although they are very, very pretty. We are going to, now, what do I use these spare burgage plots for? We will, of course, have... Thank you. We will, of course, have a blacksmith. We'll probably get a joiner just for maybe a bit of money or even something to trade. Thank you very much. We won't get a butcher. We might get a bowyer. Who only knows? Won't get a cobbler. Won't get a tailor. So, in terms of level 2s, these are probably the only artisans I need. And so, let us then. Now, we do have one well there. I'm going to go and just stick one over here because this stuff loves to burn down. I did put something in my forester's hut. Very good. So, we need some burgage plots, ladies and gentlemen. We need some beautiful, beautiful burgage plots. So, to start... That all went a bit funky, didn't it? No, that's the front of the house. This is all the back garden. Well, that would be a very weird 2. I mean, as opposed to a 1. You know, yeah, let's go and make that a 1. Oh, winter is turning up, ladies and gentlemen. Make that a pair of doubles. Not quite sure what I'm going to put in the back gardens, but I'll figure that out. And then... let's just go and make that a single. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you know what? Let's simply go and make a bunch of singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more there. That's 14 more people. Or families, I should say. Which should be more than enough. And as you can see, here comes winter. That's the future housing for Zawai. Over in Goldhoff, we have food. First point, and most important. Do we actually have anyone? Oh, we do have someone in our hunting camp. And they are all crafting. What are you crafting? Oh, you're crafting meat. Fair enough. An odd way to put it, but I take it. I like it. I love it. And so... we have only 50% built on... nope, trading post won't need anything. Livestock doesn't get the choice. Let us go ahead and order another mule for one of our pack stations. We are getting ready to get the future trade up and running. And so, it makes it really hard to see things in winter. We have so much fuel, that's fine. The saw pit, we could do with a few more planks, admittedly. But right, 4 families free. 2 will go into not only this forage hut, but a second forage hut, which I'm going to go and build. Which would like not to uproot any trees, but I guess that's going to happen. Uproot a couple of trees. Let's go and stick one as a slow drain in our clay mine. And one back in our saw pit for now. Advanced 12. Yep, that'll do beautifully. And so yeah, we'll take the one out of the mining pit. And one extra will then go into our berries when we get those in next season. Beautifully done. We are frozen-ish. No, it turns out the family I assigned somewhere clearly were guiding my ox. So he got dragged away. But beautiful, beautiful roaming animals. I don't know if I have limited your work area. I really should have done. I mean, it's not much of a limit, but it still keeps him away from our animals. Because that, of course, is what we're going for in this playthrough. Where, hey, we have a trader. Now, of course, we are going to want some people in that trading post as well. And let's as well, we're going to need some more burgage plots here. Because... is that going to be wide enough? So this is going to be another... yeah, beautiful. That's exactly what I want. Get even a little bit bigger. Or roughly the same size. That'll, of course, then be more vegetables to help keep these people fed, along with all the meat I'm going to be trying to get in. But the food here is actually doing very, very well. With the berries as well, it will be coming along very nicely. So that'll be a double. That'll put us up to 10. I'm still going to need more families, however. Let's go. Do the same thing. Now, question. I have... 2 wonderful singles by there, which will be my artisans. I have 2 singles by here as well, which can also be some artisans. So, what I am going to do is potentially play a little bit of silly buggers. And is there anything... I think I'm going to need. I don't think so. In terms of industry, I mean, I'll need a weaver's workshop. Let's go. Put us a weaver's workshop there. Then we'll grab ourselves.
Come along, lad.
No, that's not big enough. It's... oh yeah, it's recognizing the Weaver's Workshop. Very nice. Make that a tiny bit bigger. Nice double. That can be some more vegetables. That should keep my people pretty well fed. For vegetables. And then let's just check if there's anything else that I might end up needing. Don't think so. I think my berries in Woolbrand... we actually have... no, just 1 set. Sorry, that's stone. My berries in Woolbrand, I think are mostly going to be turned into dye, if I'm honest. And then there's nothing really else in the trade... sorry, in the industry that I'm going to end up needing. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So, we just have to keep looking at more housing options. We are going to be going up to 10, 11, 12. Could definitely do with a lot more than that, I can tell you that right now. And so, let's go to residences, burgage plots. I'm going to stick a bunch of houses in here. And let's just go for 3 doubles. I've got the tiniest of tiny back gardens if I want to chuck anything on them. But quite possibly not. Quite possibly just going to have them looking pretty. And so with those as well, I mean, as you can see, that'll put me up to 14 with those. Doubling that, it makes it a +8. Beautiful +8, which makes me 18 families. Now, if I come across to my trader, I'm going to go and put someone in here, and I'm going to say, as for everything, I'm actually going to say that 10, please. In fact, no, to 40. What's the limit on here? Yeah, it is 40. Okay. Very, very nice. Which you have stopped doing because I'm guessing you'll find me saw pit. Oh no, you should still keep going very shortly. On that note, how are we doing for money? 322. Money is going beautifully. Now, of course, something that I have not even thought of, and I've just gone and realized, I need a manor house. My manor house is going to fit beautifully in this space. Not going to be much of a manor house. It's going to be more of an administration house. We are, however, going to do with it what we can. Let's go and put that down there. Let's go and put... no, not the outer tower. The garrison tower. In this corner, overlooking the market. We're, of course, going to put a tax office in just because we can. We want to place the road. Actually join onto the main road. And then walls. And gates. Tower, yeah, walls and gates. Are then going to... Yep. Okay, that's going to take more than I've got, quite frankly. Manor is under construction. That'll, of course, be the basic manor. And then we'll have to get the rest built afterwards. So, we're going to go put the manor house in Zawai. And over here in Goldhoff, of course, we're going to need a manor house here as well. It's going to be pretty much the same thing, you know, more of an administrative area than an actual manor house. And this one, I think... We have the marketplace here. We've got our houses here. This one, I feel... I think I might build it here in between the church and my livestock trading post. Now, we are not quite getting money here yet. We will hopefully do soon-ish. And of course, the money we do get, we will be putting into getting vegetables at the beginning. Then eventually, getting our sheep. How are we doing on that? We need a fuel stall supply. That's because we don't have a fuel stall. And then we're going to need clothing. Clothing is not going to be a problem. So what I need to actually go and build for that is tannery. So this place is going to be overflowing with clothing. Not only will it have wool from the weaver, it will also have leather from the tannery and all of this meat that is being set up. The sheep farm, the weavers... I'm going to say no the weaver stall. I'm going to say yes to the tannery in terms of having a market stall. And hopefully that will also get rid of our wool. So, that is everything pretty much ready to go for how it needs to be. I don't think we're missing too much. We have lots of space for families to come in. We have lots of construction going on. Over in Zawai as well. There you go. We have lots of space for families to come in. Oh, we We have all of these are expandable. Let's simply go and chuck in the extras. Large storehouse is being built. The large granary is already built. You should not be turned on, as should you not be turned on. Just because I'm upgrading doesn't mean you can go and try and sneak in some market stalls. I will leave the large granary turned on. In fact, no, I won't. Firewood stall, food stall, food stall, firewood stall, food stall. Demolish. Yes. We do not need 2 stalls. Does that mean, yep, you're not going to go and build me a new one? Firewood stall. It can be demolished as well. We do not need that many stalls. How dare you simply sneak them in whilst I'm not looking. Cheeky cheeky. And, of course, now our livestock trader needs somebody in there to actually get those sheep I ordered. I do that every time. Let's go up to 8. That should get me a nice couple of sheep coming in. And with all of these wonderful spare families, it is very soon going to be the point of getting our industry up and running. Oh, would you look at that? We have the guy from our stonecutter camp. He's finished. And I will, just as we finish, somebody go and throw a hammer at the large storehouse, please. Yep, you'll do. Hit it with a hammer. No, don't nick the planks. Hit it with a hammer. I've got 5 families around here, somewhere, doing construction. And instead, everybody's just nicking me planks. Okay, seriously. Oh, I thought she was going to be the one. Okay, no, seriously, like, somebody come and finish building it, please. Oh, why is it on low construction priority? That's a hangover from when I first built it, I think. Because I put things in the right order. Let's put it... Hey, that was my problem. Thank you very much. Large storehouse is now finished. I'm going to go and put a 3rd member in there. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And that will be the end of the episode. We leave in the beautiful, beautiful throes of winter. Goldhoff is coming along just beautifully. We have pretty good meat industry going already, just from the hunting camp. Never mind when we get our sheep and pastures and butchery all up and running. Over in Zawai, we are just getting the last of those families ready so that we can start to finish growing and placing down all of our industry. And then, of course, over here, which we've probably gone and glossed over. Oh, no, it's not quite yet. I thought I might finally have... Oh, I do have some. We are just on the cusp, clearly then, of getting all of our beautiful, beautiful orchards up and running. Which will, of course, give us plenty of apples every year. And so, with that, I'm going to make sure that none of our orchards are also supplying workers to the farmhouse. A tiny little forest trying to keep up for our... We've got 3 foresters' huts trying to keep the forest alive for our wood industry. And of course, our beautiful, beautiful farms. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, we, as I said, are going to leave it there. When we come back next time, we will continue to build up our beautiful, perfect regional trade. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you are enjoying the playthroughs so far, and I hope you will continue to see how much we truly can get done and how much of a perfect county we can build. So until next time, thank you very much for joining me, and until we see you again, I hope that you stay safe, happy, and healthy.